What I think he really meant to say was, when we get a real goalie, I will sign on the line that is dotted, but he can't say that. Come on, these guys aren't blind. These guys aren't blind, bro. They're not blind. They're not blind. They know what's happening in net. Hey, buddy. How you doing?
I'm doing great, fella. Pardon me. I was here at like 8:01 on the spot, buddy, but it took the next 5 minutes for me to figure out technology.
So it's a good thing I sent you those instructions, eh?
Yeah, but even that, buddy, I probably needed like a diagram and shit like that. So
I'll keep it in mind.
Is this family friendly enough for you?
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's for all. I guess you've been listening, eh?
I have been. I was watching.
But you know what, Rick? I mean, I don't want you to change who you are. So, I was listening to your podcast the other day with your brother. I can see why your brother is a mainstay on that show. He's excellent on the show. He really is, man.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, boy. Like, I mean, it started off having a twin brother. He is my twin, by the way. And kind of having a dude that growing up, we used to always talk about hockey and like just like the most random stuff. So we could go, like, we've done a cross Canada tour, and we're able to talk basically the whole way there, the whole way back, mostly about puck though.
Sounds good, man. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the No Pucks Given podcast. This is the debut, highly anticipated. I've had lots of people on TikTok always tell me that I should start a podcast. So I decided, hey, if we're going to start the podcast, we're going to start where everything started, on TikTok here. And we're starting off with a bang. We've got an excellent guest on the show, a great friend of mine. Super excited to have him on the show here. But just to give you an idea of what this show is about. So obviously everybody knows I am a diehard Edmonton Oilers fan. We're going to talk a lot of Edmonton Oilers, NHL hockey talk. Our guest is also a diehard Toronto Maple Leafs fan. So for all the Maple Leaf fans tuning in, you're going to enjoy this show as well, too. It's not just a Homer Edmonton Oilers show. So we're going to talk some Maple Leafs as well, too. And then also, this is the first debut episode of the No Pucks Given podcast, and we've already scored a huge sponsor for this show, benchclears.com. You can see them. I'm repping their gear here right now. So big thanks to benchclears.com for sponsoring the show. If you're looking for hockey gear that can actually, you can wear year-round, hockey tanks in the summer, hoodies, windbreakers for when it gets cool, Bench Clears has it all. Check them out at benchclears.com. And if you stay until the end of the show, they've also given us an exclusive promo code that you'll be able to use. So if you're looking at picking up one of these tarps, as my friend always refers to his jerseys, tarps, giving you a hint of maybe who's on the show here with us today, I'm going to give you that discount code towards the end of the show here. So with that being said, I'd like to introduce a very good friend of mine. He is a huge hockey influencer. He's probably the funniest hockey influencer I've seen on social media. He's got a huge following across Instagram and TikTok. He's got over 80,000 followers. This guy's just kicking ass and taking names out there. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, my good friend, Rick Rowley.
What's going on, fella? And let me just be the first to say it is a huge honor to be the inaugural, I think that's the wording, guest
you got
of
it.
Your podcast, brother. Super cool, man. I'm just happy, fella.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you being here, man. So what's new with you, man? Obviously, I mean, you and I have talked quite a bit, but what's happening in your life right now, your personal life? I'm sure you can let everybody know the good news on the podcast here, if that's all right.
Oh yeah. So I'm having a kid next month, which is kind of crazy, man. Like my girl and I, we decided, like, yeah, I would say it was kind of planned to a degree, and so I made an effort to buy, obviously a Leafs tarp, being like the Leafs fan that I am, but I did also buy an Oilers baby tarp for my little baby too, so that she doesn't make the same mistakes as her old man. So I
start him off right.
Yeah, let her choose. It's got to be either Oilers or Leafs, but one of them.
Awesome. Great stuff, buddy. Well, you know what? Why don't we get right to it, man? Let's talk about what you and I both love, and that's hockey, bro. And I would, like I was saying earlier on the show, I know you're a diehard Toronto Maple Leafs fan, but you know your puck. So I want to talk about some Edmonton Oilers in particular. I want to talk about this gentleman right here. Mr. Connor McDavid, probably the hottest topic in hockey right now. I mean, when is he not a hot topic in hockey? But in particular right now, the big contract negotiations. I listened to the show, Rick. I heard some of your take on it with your brother there. But for our listeners on this show, I would love to hear what you think about the Connor McDavid situation.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, first off, let's keep him in Edmonton. If he leaves, fella, it'll be like Wayne all over again. Hell will freeze over in the city of Edmonton. But and I said this, I've been pretty vocal about this. McDavid, buddy's got to win. He's got to win in Edmonton, right? Like, you look at the greats of all the right, like of the NHL, and all of them won with the teams that they were drafted with. I mean, there's a few cases out there like Ray Bourque. I mean, that's because he played for a poverty franchise for 20 years. Suck it, Bruins. You guys aren't relevant anymore, so I can chirp you. But,
they're so bad.
Yeah, but for the most part, right, like, you'll see, and to be kind of on that Rushmore, I think you have to win with the team. That now it's different, right? Because back then, like, there was only especially the original, remember the original 6 era? I mean, basically you had a 1 in 6 chance of winning the mug. You were playing hockey, and in the summers those guys went to wars and shit. But right, like, now it's different. 32 teams. So I don't know that it's expected for McDavid to win multiple, but he's got to get at least one in Edmonton, right?
Yeah. So you think he's staying?
I think so. I don't think he's gonna commit. I don't think he's gonna commit full, long term. I don't think you'll even see too many guys taking more than 4 years with this new CBA. Get a nice little 4-year ticket. I think he probably takes a little less so that he's like, yo, listen, we can fill out the rest of the roster.
Right.
This guy, he wants to win. You know what I mean? So
right. But I think the big question that's on everybody's mind, Rick, when will McDavid sign? So do you think it's going to happen before the regular season starts? Is it going to happen at the trade deadline? Or do you think it's going to be UFA time? And ultimately, depending on how the Edmonton Oilers finish this postseason, is he going to sign with the Edmonton Oilers at that point? What do you think about that?
Oh, so you're going to pull... You don't want the Oilers GM to pull a tree living and let him just walk for nothing. I mean... that's exactly what happened with Mitchie Mana, but I would say probably when they start figuring out, I think he's got all the cards, bud. He's sitting there being like, okay, what can you do about maybe getting a tenny that could actually save a PDF, maybe build out more of a D4. I like Nursey. Honestly, he's a good guy, but I don't like him at 925. I don't know. Maybe he's having discussions this is what I need to see, and to be honest, I don't blame him. I wouldn't blame him for doing that and waiting out a little bit to see what would happen. So
you think maybe trade deadline is what you're thinking?
Well, I mean, the team could go on an absolute heater, and then by U.S. Thanksgiving, they could be on a tear. I don't know. I would say probably, though, that I would expect it probably before the Olympics, in my opinion. But I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it drags out into the regular season. I ain't no Elliot Friedman, but I'll give you my 2 cents about that one.
Well, you saw that interview, I'm guessing. The 32 Thoughts.
As soon as it dropped, I listened.
So we both did. But what I thought was very revealing? Of course, Friedge was going to ask the question, or Duboskus or somebody was going to ask the question there. But what Connor said, I think Friedge says, what do you need to see? And you remember what Connor said?
Did nothing.
Basically nothing.
Yeah.
I was like, what does that mean?
That was a
But you
weird
know,
one.
but you know what? I think Connor said that because he doesn't want to reveal his play. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
think he wants to stay, but he really didn't know what to say in that moment. So I think it was just an awkward answer. Everybody always says Connor's a little awkward during interviews and whatever the case, but I think he just didn't know what else to say. But I was like, what do you mean you don't want to see nothing? What I think he really meant to say was, when we get a real goalie, I will sign on the line that is dotted, but he can't say that. Come on, these guys aren't blind. These guys aren't blind, bro. They're not blind. They're not blind. They know what's happening in net. And that's what I personally think. I think, obviously you heard about Stewie. Stewie lost about, I think, 15 pounds or something like that. He's down to 215 now.
But
which I'm like,
for him, it wasn't a weight issue. It was a stopping the puck issue. Like, no disrespect or anything. I get it, though. Like, they just want to hear that something. They can't come back and be like, oh, he did absolutely nothing. But, like, I was, like, hearing that. I was like, but wait, before you go, I just go on with that. I want to say the part that I found probably the most awkward is when he was talking about Morgan Wallen. He was like, yeah, he was coming to Edmonton, and we were like, what was he thinking? I was like, you trying to say something, buddy? Like, why would he come to Edmonton, eh? No disrespect to you Oil fans, but yeah, no, I think like they always do that though, right? Like, I think it's more of kind of like a PR thing where they come back and they're like, something has to change. They did the same thing with, not to talk about the Leafs too much, but Morgan Rielly. They said the same thing. Like, oh yeah, he came back, he lost 6 pounds, and I was like, okay, like, I don't know. Does that mean he can eat another minute or two? But so that you have to say something, right? Because you can't let it be known that like, oh, we're just coming back and we believe in him. That's just pressure.
Yeah. Somebody said we got a violation. No, I saw that as well too, Teresa. But we're gonna keep running the show. I don't know what we've done wrong, so we'll just keep running until something happens. But that's my personal take. I don't think Stewie's going to. Or sorry, not Stewie, rather, McDavid is going to sign until he actually sees something there. So with Stuart Skinner dropping the weight, I think the idea is he's going to be more agile, he's going to be quicker, technically in better shape. So that's what this new goaltending coach has done for Stuart Skinner. Try and slim him down a bit, and maybe he's going to be more agile in the net, perhaps, right? So that's my guess, but I don't know yet. So obviously, McDavid, they decided they're going to run with Stewie. Listen, Stewie, past 2 years, Stanley Cup final, I get it. But from what I see, what let them down, ultimately it was goaltending, in my opinion. Defense is not the greatest, I get it. But how many games did Stuart Skinner steal for the Edmonton Oilers? That's the big question. Bob, on the other hand, with the Florida Panthers, I mean, the Panthers, could you seriously say this could be one of the first teams we've seen in a long time, or ever, I don't know what the stats are on this, to three-peat?
I don't know, dude. In the salary cap era, like, that's really hard. And I'm like thinking, because you compare them to the other teams that have won 2 in a row. I guess in the salary cap era, what is it? Other than the Penguins, has anyone else done it back to back? The salary cap era. Kings were never back to back. The Hawks were never. Oh, the Lightning. Sorry, the Lightning too.
Tampa.
Yeah. So it's like, I just like 3 straight finals, dude. Like, that's tough, man. If they can get her going, I would be surprised. But this is a hot take. I could see, I could actually see like a team like the Canes or the Leafs, who have like traditionally been like Florida's been their daddies, maybe taking a stab at them this year. That's a bit of a hot take. I don't know.
Well, we'll see. Well, great stuff, Rick. I'm going to ask you now about the Edmonton Oilers lineup here and get your thoughts, and then we're going to do the same thing with the Maple Leafs here. So that's the current lineup for the Edmonton Oilers. For everybody watching this live, by the way, if you ever want to watch this live, currently we're streaming on TikTok. Future streams will be on YouTube. So if you want to get in some questions during the live chat and watch it live, you can do it there. So just a reminder to everybody. But Rick, we've got the Oilers lineup on screen right now. This is the projected lineup, and obviously the Oilers have instilled some new young blood into this lineup. Obviously, no Corey Perry. We've seen what happened with Corey Perry with the Kings there. It looks like he's injured for about 6 weeks from a practice there. Disappointing that we lost him. I don't believe in the Corey Perry curse or anything like that. But the Oilers, I think they were lacking a lot of speed last year compared to the year before. So that's what the Oilers have done here. They've brought in some young blood, man. Ike Howard, a lot of hype with this guy. Potential Calder Trophy candidate. Matt Savoy. I got to see both of these guys play this past Sunday. And obviously they're NHL ready. I think they're going to be mainstays in the lineup. But where do they fit in the lineup? That's the big thing. And have a look at Zach Hyman. I'm sure you remember him, Rick. Maple Leafs dropped the ball with him. But I don't know if he's going to be ready at the start of the regular season. So having a look at that lineup, what are your thoughts, Rick?
Not bad. I would like to see. I don't know. Like, this is like a projection, but why not stick like a kid on each line with McJesus and Uncle Leon, right? Like, I thought Nuge, if you put him, I don't know. I mean, I do all these Puckpedias online, and I'll record them, and then when I get roasted, I delete them like 5 minutes later. But usually I like a team. And I get fights with people on there, but usually I like running 3 solid centers. So we're gonna need to move Big Nuge.
Yeah.
Big Nuge down to third line, boys.
Okay. And he's gonna center that line.
Yeah, of course. And then you could stick the Guido Italian, keep him there, Mangiapane. Then that sounds like an Italian submarine.
I'm pretty sure Mangiapane, that sounds pretty Italian.
Oh yeah, for sure, buddy. And then so you can keep him there, but let's put the Iceman on the top line, and then maybe Matty Savoie on, like, you know what I mean? Like I don't know, that bottom six kind of worries me a little bit if I'm being real here.
Well, I mean, remember the Oilers sacrificed a first-round pick for Adam Henrique, and Adam Henrique's been okay, but I mean, a first-round pick, that was a steep price they paid for him. He's got a no-movement trade clause. You got Kasperi Kapanen, another former Leaf. Are we looking at the Maple Leaf lineup here or the Edmonton Oilers? Look at all the former Leafs we got on this team.
I saw Kasperi Kapanen at a Sobeys when I was in Toronto. He was shopping with his mom, and I was like, "Sup, bud?" And he just kind of nodded on me, and that was the end of our interaction. But I think they're banking on that Russian, buddy, to just start whacking home a bunch. Like if who knows, man? Vasily Podkolzin, eh? He could huff the Russian gas, dude, and like maybe whack home like 20 tickles. So you don't know, but I think they're definitely banking on guys to take a next step. Like, to me, that roster doesn't look finished unless if you see the Iceman and Savoie pop off, then But like I think they're really banking on some guys to produce. And let's be honest, Hyman, he did not have a great year last year.
He fell off a bit.
Yeah, so it's like he's got to bounce back. The Nuge, we're gonna need a little bit. We're gonna need a little bit more. So it is a solid line. I mean, obviously, just because you got McJesus walking on water and the German sniper, like, already alone, that makes it like probably one of the dirtiest teams in the league, right? Like, at least on forward.
What you said about McDavid there, and I haven't heard anybody talk about this, Rick, but maybe you have. But from what I've not heard so far, Connor McDavid's in the final year of his contract. We all know that, but nobody's talking about. Can you imagine what Connor McDavid's going to do this year, considering it's his final year of his contract? We're going to see the best Connor McDavid ever. You know what? I mean, like, obviously he's not going to play like mid. He's on the final year of his contract. So there's a lot of pressure on him. If he's not signing right now, he's got to play his balls off, bro. Not that he doesn't already, but I'm thinking, I heard Kevin Hayes on TSN on Overdrive say, McDavid's never going to get 150 again. Idiot. Just watch, bro. Just freaking watch. He's going to crush that. He's going to crush that. He's going to crush that this year. He's going to crush it. Guaranteed.
Yeah. And you know what the crazy thing is too? Like that's how good that kid is that like Oil fans. I'm just talking about in a fantasy world. Don't worry. But if McDavid, if he just bounced to another team, automatically that team's a Stanley Cup contender. I mean, maybe minus Chicago or San Jose, but you stick him on any other team, you'd be like, yeah, I could see why. Like he's that good, you know. So I don't know, man. Like I don't hate it. I don't hate the lineup.
Okay, let's move to defense and goaltending. So we've got one of the best defensive pairings in the league. Maybe not last year, but the year before they sure were. The Viking Matthias Ekholm, who also in the final year of his contract. Oilers got to do something there. Bouchard, we know the Edmonton Oilers have extended him. Darnell Nurse, you talked about earlier at the start of the show. Brett Kulak, Jake Wallman. Final year of his contract as well, too. So the Viking and the gritty man, Jake Wallman, need to work something out there. And you've got Ty Emberson in there, but I mean, you could easily put in Troy Stetcher. Goaltending, of course, you got Stewie in the starting position. Calvin Pickard. Now, before you say anything, Rick, I got a bone to pick with this lineup. I believe Calvin Pickard should be in the starting position. I don't understand why we always have to defer to Stuart Skinner. Because he's younger? I mean, if you look at who performed better in the playoffs, it wasn't even close. It wasn't even close. It was Calvin Pickard, man. So I really feel for Calvin Pickard. I don't know how many times this guy has to go out there and prove himself, but he gets deferred to as the backup. And if the Oilers at the trade deadline are really looking for a serious goaltender because Stuart Skinner can't figure it out, who's odd man out? They automatically say Calvin Pickard is. So Calvin Pickard really has to play his butt off, man. He has to play his butt off when he's given the opportunity, because otherwise, I don't know, seeing what happens. Now, I don't want Stuart Skinner to fail. Don't get me wrong. I want Stuart Skinner to perform. I'm an Oilers fan at the end of the day. But when you look at the results, I just don't get it. I just don't get it, bro. But anyways, that's my take on that. What do you think?
Boosh, who are you looking at? No, I'm just joking. Don't give me a violation. I'm just kidding. Okay,
no, you're not.
Why is it Wallman in the top four? I'm sorry. Like Kulak is not, like, I'm sorry, fella. Like he played above expectations, but he's not a top four guy. In my opinion, I think they need another righty, bud. Like, let's get it. Like they got. Kulak is not that guy, but I would like to see them go out and probably bulk up that defense. You don't really need a puck mover, though, I don't think, with the Bushbaum and Wallman. Like, why not give me like a stay-at-home defenseman? I think a guy that would be super sick from, and sorry, fellas, but the Leafs got him, is a guy like Tanev. Like, can you imagine?
Oh, yeah. Beast.
Like, right-handed shot defenseman, a grizzly old vet, like he would be perfect addition, I think, for that D. Now, here's the one thing I will say about Skinner, okay? Is the one thing you got to give the, like, number one, I mean, that's not really a bad resume, though. The guy's only 27 or whatever, 28. He's been to 2 Stanley Cup finals, so I get it if there aren't really goalies available unless you're going like scorch earth with your draft picks and going to get a guy like Swayman or whoever's available, like Sorokin. I don't see really, like, on the options this year what was necessarily better. And not to mention the other thing, and this is me defending him. So I'm like the only one here actually defending Skinner on this pod right now. One or two of us. Is that realistically, dude, it's not really – there's no guy that does like 60, 70 games anymore, like Marty Brodeur, and like those days are kind of done, right? So it's like, if Skinner, like, to me, I agree, like it shouldn't be Skinner and Picks. If it's good, unfortunately, it probably picks out because of what you said, that Skinner's younger. But if you did like a Skinner and, like, I don't know, like a John Gibson, I know he just got dealt to Detroit. I would even feel I would feel more comfortable about that. The only problem is the guy had a huge cap hit, right? You couldn't really do that. So if I'm looking at this lineup, I'm saying, give me another, like, what I really think they need is probably more wingers, and then on D, a right-handed shot defenseman, and like a solid 1A, 1B, whoever that is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good stuff, buddy. Good stuff,
GM
buddy.
Rick
Okay.
Rally, let's go. I'm fixing the oil here on this pod, boys.
All right. Let's shift gears a little bit and have a look at something maybe you're a little more familiar with, but you're obviously very knowledgeable on the Edmonton Oilers too. Let's look at your buds here. Let's start with the forwards actually. So you got Papi, Nyes, and Domi on the top line. I don't know if that's going to stick, but obviously the biggest absence there, Mitchie Marner. Looking at this lineup, I think the answer is obvious. Maybe not, but when you look at this forward core, without Mitch Marner, are the Toronto Maple Leafs a better team?
Well, I gotta be careful because his security guy comes after me quite a bit. Do you know about that guy, by the way?
No.
I'm not. Don't worry, guys. I'm not crap talking, but Mitchie Mana, he's got his security guy on there. I guess Rocket Security is his name or something. And I think his job full time is to literally look on the internet to see who's trash talking him, and then he just like shows up in your DMs, like through the weeds. Yeah, dude. He's like literally came at me like 3 or 4 times, and
saying what? Like you better stop what you're doing, or else?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to get a violation, but definitely, definitely he calls me a greasy pigeon. We'll start there and then some. And yeah,
no way.
Yeah, and my whole thing was I was like, well, people keep crap talking him, so he can't be doing that good of a job at doing security. But yeah, it's real, dude. It's real. I don't know.
Wow.
I guess Stuart Skinner.
That's interesting.
One of those, but okay. So
I would have been off the air a long time ago.
yeah, you would have, buddy. Your body would have ended up in the Fort Sask River. Oh wait, no, you're in Cowtown.
Yeah, Bow River. That's a cleaner river, at least.
Yeah. So, okay, the Leafs. Okay, I watched Mitch Marner at the Four Nations. The guy's elite, dude. Like I was watching him. And then I was like watching clips recently at the Four Nations. Like I was rewatching. I was like, oh man, he's sick. I was like, the Leafs could really use him. Yeah. I was like, oh right, we had him for like 10 years. Now he's off our team. But you know what, man? Like reliable guy on the surface. First PK, first power play, plays the most amount of minutes of any forward. But it just wasn't working. And I'm a huge believer that in like any type of workplace, heck, you could be working at a McDonald's and you got somebody there. I don't know, the dynamics aren't working. Maybe the guy who's supposed to help you wrap burgers just keeps going to the bathroom and rubbing one out. But the point is, if you have a toxic workplace, dude, it's not, and it just was not working with these guys. So I'm gonna say, skill wise. Obviously not. I'm not an idiot. They're not as good as they on paper they were last year. But I do believe the morale and like kind of the direction and I'm here for it, dude. Like why not? Like let's give Nick Waugh a chance. Let's give Matthias Michelli. Someone tried to tell me he's from Finland. Bro, that is even more Italian than Mangiapane. Michelli, dude. That sounds like a spaghetti dish.
And what about the Russian guy you guys lost that went to Philly, Gerbeshkin?
Gurbankin, yeah. He's got some sound bites, eh?
Yeah, guy's a beauty, man. You see some of the videos. I saw some of his interviews with the Flyers. He's a funny guy, man.
Yeah, he's hilarious. And who's the other guy we got? Dakota Joshua, right? So
yeah, picked up, yeah.
So it's like we've kind of got more meat and potatoes, more tree living and Berube type of players, and not to mention, Puckpedia, courtesy of Puckpedia, because I like to make lineups in the bathroom at work, and then get roasted and delete them 5 minutes later. But the Leafs at the trade deadline, they got eight sheets available to them of cap space, 8 bananas. Do you know what I'm talking about? This is hockey lingo, fella. $8 million.
I'm with you now.
Maybe I just need to talk like a normal human being.
No,
And
no,
not like
no.
Forrest Gump.
I picked up that on your pod yesterday when I was listening to it.
Okay.
I heard the bananas.
Yeah, so it's like tell me this then. If they went out and obviously you got to part with another first, probably Easton Cowan, but if you could snag a guy like Alex Tuck to the team, now you've
Huge.
replaced Marner with like already Michelli, Waugh, and Joshua. Now you got Alex Tuck. 4 fours, Mitchie Mana, who are you? Yeah, like who is Mitchie Mana, right? So this team is not finished yet. That's a long way of me saying on paper right now, yeah, whatever. But they're not finished yet, and I'm okay. I want to see how everything molds first before I make kind of a judgment call.
Yeah. Now I think it's kind of obvious, but when Mitchie comes back for his first game in Toronto, I mean, obviously, I think we know how that reception's going to go. I think we all know that. But my question to you is: do you still think the Toronto Maple Leaf organization is going to play one of those tributes on the Tron? Welcome back, Mitch Marner. You still think they're going to do that?
Absolutely, dude. The one thing that the Leafs organization's actually like known for, and this is like league wide, like anyone can attest to this, is that they take care of their players like very well. Okay, except when you want to ship them off to like Robida Island, but like when you got no more use for them, they don't care. But when you're on their team, it is a first class organization. Listen, I've been on podcasts with NHLers and they've told me the exact same thing. Like it is. And yes, they'll do the classy thing. They'll do the tribute. And you know what? They will cheer. Everyone always cheers during, even Johnny T, when he returned to Long Island, got the cheer during the Jumbotron. But then as soon as it's over, we go back to booze. We go back to
the Boo Birds.
Now, I don't know with the Leafs because I think you'll have the mob there, because it's just a game that everyone's got circled on their calendars. If this Vegas game was a Tuesday night where you got a bunch of business people down in the 100s trying to close the Thompson account, well then no one cares. But if this is a game where like the true passionate Leafs fans are there, yes, he will get the tribute, but he will get booed immensely.
Hockey Night in Canada on a Saturday. Have you already looked at it, Rick? Is that the day that it's on?
They wouldn't do it. They wouldn't do it on a Saturday. They ended up doing Friday night instead.
I think you'll still have a lot of eyes Friday night. It's not Hockey Night in Canada, but I think Friday night should be good. Okay, and the one question I want to ask you before we move on here, the curse, the playoff curse. What's holding them back, Rick? Because it seems like it's the same story, or before it's like we always faced Boston, we lose to Boston. And then it's Florida, which is a very tough team. Edmonton Oilers know all about that. What do the Maple Leafs have to do to lift this curse here and try and make it past the second round, which, I mean, they almost did, but the first round curse lasted for quite some time. So what do they need to do here?
I don't know. Maybe relocate the franchise.
It's not working.
No, I don't know, dude. It's hard. I mean, it's like I think a lot of it is the internal stuff that happens with it. I think that there is a lot of outside noise there. I love you know what? As soon as I moved to Alberta, I realized just how much I hate Leafs fans, and I'm one of them, dude. It's like you have so many like TSN. I love those guys. I listen to Overdrive every day because it's a lot of times they talk about the Leafs, but it's like all the time. That's all they ever do. They talk about the Leafs, and it's and it's like when you're in a market like that, dude. It's a lot of outside noise. It gets to their head. And I think what they probably need to do is, relocate the franchise.
You don't mean that.
No, I think, dude.
Where are they going to move to? Somebody said in the live chat they're going to move to Brampton.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Maybe not. But no, you know what, dude? You just if I was there, like if Ricky was running the team, I would probably start doing what guys like Tree and Berube were doing years ago.
Which
where
is
it's kind of like stop focusing on like marketing these 4 guys. Stop stop doing social media posts about Mitch Marner's dog. You know what I mean? Like it's like who cares? You know what I mean? Like treat them like actual hockey players and not like, you know, when Bieber comes to town, I'm sorry, but the guy's a bad influence on him. Like keep him away like from those guys. Like don't treat them like rock stars. Treat them like normal human beings. Maybe less stuff like that. It's probably internal stuff they could do to protect their players a little more. But after I just said that they take care of their players, like it's just you can't, especially with social media now, man.
Yeah. Well, they got guys like us spouting off our mouths saying whatever we want, except for Mitch Marner, I guess. We don't want the Mitch Marner police on our case.
I'm telling you, do a video tonight and post it, you will get a DM from Rockets again.
Wow. That's interesting.
He's coming for you.
So, hey, Rick, great stuff, man. So I wanted to switch gears a little bit, if that's okay with you. I wanted to talk to you about your stand-up career, man, because I don't know if everybody knows that's tuning in with us. By the way, guys, special guest joining us today, Rick Rowley, moved from Toronto, out in Edmonton now, Sherwood Park. But Rick, you know, what was it for you where you ultimately decided that you were going to pursue stand-up? Was there a certain moment where you said, you know what, this is what I want to do?
I don't know, man. Like I was always a pretty like wild kid and stuff. And back in like especially back in high school, right? Like I was always kind of like the class clown. And I remember once, like kind of when I was like, dude, I like kind of just being a goofball. One of my buddies, his dad's a doctor, and he actually broke into his dad's office. I won't say names. And he was able to snipe a blue pill, and then he hooked me up with one at school. And then I was just like, yeah, dude, everyone knew about it too, like all the girls and stuff. And then it was then where I was like, dude, like I'm actually like, I love this. And I probably did a lot more like greasy stuff when I was a kid, but then I was like, you know what, dude, I'm gonna try this out on stage. And the first time I tried stand up, I was like 18 years old, and I crushed it, bro. Like I was in this competition, and I was like, all right, and I wailed past like 2 rounds to get to the finals, and then I ended up coming second or third place. And some of these comics have been doing stand up for like years, so then they were like, shit, like oh man, is this like the next like Canadian like big thing coming in comedy? So then I opened up for this American comedian in front of like 150 people, and or maybe it was like 200 plus, and I just forgot my lines like on stage. Like I literally forgot the material because I was like 3 or 4 sets deep, and I was just in a position I did not like deserve to be in, and it was like a weekend show, and I like blacked out. I forgot my lines, and I just, buddy, it was a mess. And then I was back there, and I was kind of yakking a little bit, And then I was talking to the comic after, and they were like, dude, like, do you want to do this with your life? And I was like, yeah, like I love performing. He's like, well, then who gives a shit about what just happened? So after that, it was kind of like I liked it. I mean, at the beginning, I don't think I was very good. Like I had a lot of energy, but I just started kind of just going and just keep at it and eat shit on stage a bunch, and then you get good.
And where can people catch you in Edmonton for upcoming shows?
Usually I'll play at the comic strip. The mall, fellas. If you guys want to head on over to the comic strip mall. I've done work with Yuck Yucks, just kind of like I've done road work with them, and I still do it to this day. Like I love performing. Only thing is that I would say that because of hockey, like put it this way is right now, like I found kind of like stand up is still great because you just don't, when you do online videos, you don't really get the live reaction. I guess, I mean, we're on a live right now, but you don't get like the immediate gratification that you would at a show. But because I got so deep into the online stuff and like, you know, with my podcast and you know, daily content and vlogging, it makes it harder for me to get out to shows. But I'm at a position now where, you know, I can do like paid spots. Like I don't have to go to those like open mic shows to try to get good. So it's a grind though, man. It really is. You do it for years without people ever knowing who you are, and a lot of bombs. And to be honest, I really didn't get recognized until I started doing like my actual online stuff anyways.
The hockey chirps.
The hockey chirps first. Yeah, Barstool and Chiclet started sharing me, and then I started getting like NHLers following me and shit like that.
Yeah.
So it was it was pretty crazy. And then I just kind of kept running with it because I was like, wait a minute, like
you got like, something here.
Hockey, right?
Yeah. And for all of our listeners and viewers right now, if you're not familiar with Rick's content, you probably are, but if you're not, make sure you check him out, man. He's super, super funny. He's got something on the go right now where I think I was telling him it's a cash cow. He's just on top of it, and it's all these funny hockey tarps, or AKA hockey jerseys, that he chirps. It's pretty funny stuff. It's pretty funny stuff. Make sure you check it out. And I think you've got some even greasier ones, but you got to subscribe for it. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. People, like when I first had done it, because in the summer with hockey content, like I don't always know what to post, right? I think a lot of hockey pages, they don't go like completely dark, but it's like you're not really posting much like that's groundbreaking. And then I was like, okay, well, this is an opportunity just to like throw shit at a fan and see what sticks. So I started doing the beer league tarps, and then those just started popping off, man, like tens of thousands of shares. Like there was one that I got that was like almost 30,000 shares. So then people just kept DMing me tarps, and now I can't stop. And I will say some of them are offside. Like I'm not even talking about getting a ban on a TikTok live. I'm talking about like losing my job, like because of like some of the tarps that people send me, bro. So I will be doing some of the greasier ones, but yeah, you got to pay. It's kind of like my OnlyFans. Oh
yeah, well, I subscribed to it. I watched him right before the live here, buddy. So
okay, hell yeah. And yes, to answer the question, I did sling beers at the Dome.
Actually, you know what? This is a perfect time for some questions. So if there's any other questions, guys, we'll take a couple of them. The subscribers on the channel. So if you got a question, if you've been throwing it out there and we haven't answered it yet, we'll take about 2 or 3 questions, and then we're going to move on to our final segment of the show here. Let's see. Maybe I can scroll up a little bit, see if there's something we missed. Vince Winter says, breaking news, McDavid has signed with the Carolina Hurricanes. But that's not breaking news at all, you silly goose, because he's still under contract with the Edmonton Oilers, Vince Winter. So you got to study a little bit.
Someone's got to ban him from this convo, right? Why are we getting friggin'?
No, I think that was I think that was somebody just trying to troll the live there. I don't think we were actually in trouble.
That was a troll and a half.
Yeah, no kidding. But you know what, guys? I think we're going to move on to final segment here. And then after that...
Not to take over your live, I'm going to answer that squat guy or Scott or whatever.
Sure.
Yeah. So I did sling beers at the Dome. I got to tell you like a crazy story. I tell this story on my stand-up too. So what happened was I used to sling beers at all the games, the Leafs, Raptors, the Blue Jays. And one time when I was slinging at the Jays game, there was this girl there that like she was like prego, and she was asking me for like beers, like a couple of Bud Heavies. Yeah, dude. Like, why?
So what did you say?
Well, I was thinking about it, right? Because they don't, at some restaurants they'll have that sign that says that if you drink while you're prego, like your kid could go full Forrest Gump. And there,
What?
they don't have a sign like that in the bleachers, right? So I'm like sitting there and I'm kind of like trying to suggest it's not like a good idea. And I was just sitting there being like, hey, how about that pitching, eh? Like that pitcher can't even, he walks funny. I'm like, you know who else could walk funny?
Did she clue in?
No, she still wasn't getting it, right? And then finally she's like, yeah, I'll take 2 Bud Heavies. And I was like, oh, and I was like, you know what, man? Like, I hate to say this, but like, I don't think I should be like serving you. Because you're pregnant. And it turns out she wasn't pregnant. So. And that's why I don't serve at the Jays games anymore.
What did she say when she said she wasn't pregnant?
Ricky may have gone a slap. Verbal slap.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious, man.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to answer that question right there.
No, that was. I'm glad you did. That's hilarious, man. I'm gonna do a closing message by our sponsor here. I did promise you, if you waited until towards the end of the show, we were gonna do the big reveal here for you. Oh, sorry, just a second. Got to fix something here. Do the big reveal for you on how you can get a discount shopping with Bench Clears. So here it is, guys. This episode is brought to you by benchclears.com, officially licensed hockey apparel built for fans. Use the code NOPucksGiven15 to save 15% off today at benchclears.com. So if you guys want to look fresh to death like me over here, that's all you got to do. Head on over to benchclears.com. Guys, I wear these jerseys in the summer all the time. It's perfect. I wear them to the gym. It's perfect. It's comfortable. I believe in the product so much, and I wanted to show my gratitude and thanks to all of the viewers, plus my special guest on the show, Rick. I picked you one up. I got a Toronto Maple Leafs tarp coming your way.
Thanks, fella.
Man.
You're a beauty, bud.
I hope you don't mind. These are pretty cool, eh?
Dude, it looks clean as
man.
hell, fella.
So I'm gonna hook you up one courtesy of our sponsor, benchclears.com. Hooking you up with your new Toronto Maple Leafs tarp that you can wear on game days, bro.
I'll take a look at this. I might use that discount myself too.
For sure. Well, you've got one now, but if you want to get one for the lady, definitely, man.
I might use
the discount code there. And guys, our final segment of the show here. Part of this show, what I wanted to do is I always want to leave on a positive note. So I wanted to leave you with a little motivational note before we close out the show here. And this note comes from Andy Frisella, one of my mentors. I don't know him. I'm not advertising for him or anything, but I truly believe in the messages that he sends out. So if you don't know who Andy Frisella is, I highly recommend you look him up on Instagram, TikTok, whatever the case. Head on over to his website, andyfrisella.com, and you can sign up for the Andygram. And basically what it is, it's a subscription email package, and you're going to get one email a day. And I want to share this one message with you guys before we close things out here. So this one, and I chose this particular Andygram because I can really relate to this, and I'm going to share a short story here with you before we close out the show. So it goes like this. Be the reason someone believes in the goodness of people. It takes very little effort to make someone's day. It takes very little effort to be kind. It takes very little effort to gas someone up who's struggling. What's easy for you may mean the world to someone else. Never underestimate your ability to be the change needed in society. It starts with you. Now, that one really hits home with me because, Rick, you remember I was telling you I went to the game this past Sunday, the Oilers and Flames game? Bro, we went to that game. I went with McMullet. I was telling you, he's the super Oilers fan. You always see him on TV every time the Oilers score a goal. So I went to the game. I went to the game with him and a couple of the guys. We're sitting in second row there, and right in front of us, there's this nice family right in front of us. There's a mom and a daughter. And this cute little kid, they were Oiler fans. She was probably 6 or 7 years old. And throughout the game, she was just having such a great time. She started this cool little sing-along chant, and it was, "Let's go, Oilers, let's go." This went on the entire game. And I was like, you know what? She's having a great time. I'm going to join her in her little sing-along. And I didn't think anything of it because we're all having such a great time, right? So anyways, we had a great time, high fives, all that good stuff. And the very next day, I get a text message from McMullet. and he shows me a screenshot of this long message, and it was from the mom of that daughter. And the daughter's father was tragically killed the day before the game in a bicycle accident. He was hit by a car and died. And she's like, you know what? I was just so grateful that you guys were sitting behind us, because if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't have had the time that we had. It meant so much to us and to my daughter. I had asked her about going to the game a few times, and eventually she said, yeah, let's go. And it just meant the world to them that we were just cheering with them and being nice. You know what I mean? So that's just the message to everybody. Moral of the story, guys, it doesn't take a lot to be nice to people. So just be kind to people. You never know what's going on in other people's lives, man. So just wanted to share that message with you guys. When you go out there today, you never know what someone's going through. So just be nice to people, bro. It can go a long way. And like I said, like the message said in the Andygram, it could mean the world to someone. So if you like those little motivational messages, guys, like I said, head on over to andyfrisella.com. Sign up for the Andygram. I promise you, you will not regret it. I usually start my day by reading one of those motivational messages. But anyways, just wanted to leave you on some food for thought, bro.
You
some
should give
food
that
for
one.
thought,
give one of those to Stuart Skinner too, eh, fella? I like this part. It's like you get a nice little fortune cookie at the end of your at the end of the episode. That's maybe I'll start doing a few on my podcast.
Yeah, sure. Why not? I'll take a fortune cookie from you. And that's a great suggestion. You know what? I got to start being kinder to Stuart Skinner, I guess. Listen, I'm not being mean online to Stuart Skinner. I'm just saying, bro.
Buddy,
I'm just saying what I'm seeing. You know,
as long as his security people didn't come at you, if he hires you to do that, you're fine. You're not saying anything that people already don't know, including Stuart Skinner himself. So
yeah. I hear you. But anyways, guys, once again, big thank you to our sponsors on the show, benchclears.com. Guys, if you want to be a part of the show, if you want to be a sponsor on the show as well, too, send me an email at stuartforreal@gmail.com. We can look at getting you on the show there. I'd like to thank our special guest, Rick Rowley. Thank you so much for being the first guest on the show. I'll shoot you a message after the show here, man. I'll get that Bench Clears gear shipped out there to you. And for everybody else, remember, write it down right there. No Pucks Given 15 is going to save you 15% off one of these cool... For those of you that are just listening on Spotify or iTunes right now, head on over to benchclears.com. That's where you can get it. Or you can also rewatch this on YouTube as well, too. This will be uploaded on YouTube a little bit later on. You can watch the entire video there. So, guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate you joining me on the first ever episode of the No Pucks Given podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. If you guys enjoyed this show, please remember to share this show with a friend. Share the channel. Follow my good buddy here, Rick Rowley, as well, too. On Instagram and TikTok. But remember to share the show, guys. If you enjoyed this show, I'm sure somebody else will enjoy this show as well, too. So click on that share button and share the show. Guys, thank you so much for everything. Let's go Edmonton Oilers. Let's go Toronto Maple Leafs. Are we looking at an all-Canadian matchup, Rick? What do you think?
Buddy, that would be amazing. That would be like literally a war in Canada, fella. I'm all for it. Let's go. Let's bring the mug back home, baby. Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. Thank you so much, guys. Have yourselves a great evening or morning or whatever time you're listening to this to. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. This is Stuart For Real, signing out.